Imagine waking up to the sound of foreign fighter jets over Sokoto. Not to invade, but to do what your own government seemingly wouldn't: stop a slaughter. On Christmas Day 2025, the world watched as American missiles struck ISIS camps on Nigerian soil. It was a moment that shattered our illusion of sovereignty and exposed a bleeding wound that can no longer be ignored. For years, we've called it banditsing. We've called it communal clashes. But while we played with semantics, thousands of our brothers and sisters, specifically our Christian population, were being systematically wiped off the map. Now, the world's most powerful leader, Donald Trump, has officially labeled it what it is: a Christian genocide. Today, Nigeria stands at a crossroads. We are a nation designated as a country of particular concern. We are a nation facing visa bans, aid cuts, and the very real threat of further military intervention. But the question isn't just about what Trump will do in 2027. The question is, why did we let it get this far? And why is a Christian president in 2027 no longer just a political choice, but a matter of national survival? The numbers don't lie. According to the March 2026 report by the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, over 53,000 Nigerians have been killed in targeted violence. While the current administration speaks of multi-religious unity, the reality on the ground tells a story of one-sided suffering. When churches are burned and clergy are kidnapped, the response is often a press statement rather than a rescue mission. We have to ask the hard question: can a government led by a Muslim-Muslim ticket truly feel the pulse of a Christian community that feels haunted? It's not about lack of competence, it's about representational empathy. When the leadership looks away from the specific targeting of Christians to maintain a political narrative, the blood continues to flow. This is why the U.S. Congress is now pushing the Nigeria Religious Freedom and Accountability Act of 2026. They are stepping in because they see a leadership vacuum where there should be a shield. Let's talk about the Trump factor. Some call his interest interference, others call it providence. But let's look at the cold, hard facts. The U.S. has already begun cutting USAID programs that provided early warning systems for attacks in the Middle Belt. They are restricting visas for officials who tolerate religious persecution. If we stay on this path, Nigeria will be isolated. Think about the 2027 election. If Nigeria insists on maintaining a status quo that the international community views as complicit in genocide, we invite total economic strangulation. A Christian president in 2027 isn't just about religion, it's about diplomatic rebirth. It's about signaling to the world and to the Trump administration that Nigeria is ready to protect all its citizens. It's about removing the country of particular concern label so our economy can breathe again. A Christian president in 2027 represents a great balancing. For too long, the scales have tipped towards a narrative that marginalizes the suffering of the church. We need a leader who can walk into the Oval Office and say, "I understand the pain of my people because I am one of them," and then walk back to Abuja and deploy the military with the urgency that a genocide demands. This is about national healing. A Christian leader, backed by a deputy who understands the North, can bridge the gap that the current administration has allowed to widen. We need a commander-in-chief who doesn't need to be pressured by Washington to stop a mass burial in Plateau. We need a leader who sees a burnt church not as a security challenge, but as a personal heartbreak. The 2027 election will not be fought on the grounds of infrastructure or fuel prices alone. It will be fought on the ground of human dignity. Will we choose to remain a country of particular concern, or will we choose to be a country of particular character? The international eyes are on us. The Trump administration has laid down the gauntlet. We can either resist and face the fast and vicious consequences, or we can lead the change ourselves. It is time to return to a balanced Nigeria. It is time to ensure that the cry of the Christian widow is heard as loudly as the call to prayer. For the sake of our sovereignty, for the sake of our economy, and for the sake of the blood already shed, 2027 must be the year we choose a leader who can restore our soul.